Hello. Sorry. Hello. I'm Sam Devanand, Assistant Professor from the Department of Social Work, GTN Arts College, Tindikal. We offer bachelor's and master's program in our department. The students of Social Work department are exposed to the field work, unlike other PG programs, in a much more ways. So we actually give them practical, or unlike not exactly the theoretical part, there will be lots of practical activities in the department in this course, unlike the other PG courses. All right. Sociology. What is sociology? So when it comes to sociology, a social worker has to understand the sociological conditions of the field work or the place of his field work. So how do we know, or what do we know, or how sociology contributes for social work? We will be learning all these ideas in this course titled Sociology for Social Work. So in this course we will be discussing on basic concepts of sociology, understand the functions of social institutions, interpret with agents and process of socialization, determine the characteristics and theories of social change. And then we will be able to associate the role of social worker with social problems. So before we enter into get exposed with what sociology is all about, I would like to give you an idea about sciences. Now, we have different sciences to deal with the different branches of knowledge, and those sciences could be classified as physical sciences and social sciences. So when it comes to physical sciences, we will be learning, or we will be dealing with natural inanimate objects, and it will be precise. We all know it will be precise, exact, and less dubious. And in this science, this prediction is not only possible, but it is also easy and accurate. Now we all pretty well know that what happened, or what used to happen during our school days. Until and unless we come into a conclusion, or until and unless we come to a derivation with a sum or a formulae, only if we derive a proper solution for the problem, the mathematics teacher will offer you the full marks. Yes. So the physical sciences, we have lots of examples: mathematics, physics, chemistry, geology, geography, and astronomy. They fall into this physical sciences category. Social sciences. So, social sciences are exactly the sciences which deal with humans and society. And there will be controlled experiments which are almost impossible here. It is something like, if we compare physical sciences and social sciences, the experiment part cannot be compared, or the experiment could not be possible here as we do, or as they do in the physical sciences. And here the laboratory is nothing but the entire society itself. And if we enter a physics lab or a chemistry lab, we can see pipettes and burettes all over. But when it comes to social science, the society itself constitutes the laboratory. Now we can assume the exactly, like, what is what, and how a formula could be applied, or how, or which part of the society can be considered as a data or an something like that. I'm sorry. All right. Sociology. So what is sociology? Sociology, it has a long past and a short history. Now, sociology has been in existence now for ages, but if we calculate the history part of it, it has a very short history, because it has been spoken by people in the past, but it has not been considered as a separate field. Yes, philosopher, historians, thinkers, lawgiver, seers, they are all people who existed in history, and they were people who spoke about sociology. Now, they spoke about the society, they spoke about the people. That is where it has been existing for ages, but very recently, or if we could see, when we compare the history of the past, during the 19th century, Mr. Auguste Comte, he is a famous French philosopher, and he coined the word sociology. He did a famous work, which is positive philosophy, and in his famous work, Auguste Comte has coined the term sociology. So what is sociology? The etymological meaning of sociology is science of society. Okay, science of society. No other science endeavors to study in its entirety. So if we compare the science of society with other sciences, no other science will make an attempt to study the society on its whole, or it's like no other sciences has involved itself or themselves to consider the entirety of sociology. There is tidbits of every subject or the field or the social science here. Economics. If we see economics, wealth getter and wealth disposer. Now, economics always deals with the wealth getter. Now, it also deals with man. It also deals with the society, but it deals specifically with the wealth getter and the wealth disposer. History, when it comes to history, you can see it always deals with the human past in accordance with time order. There also it revolves around humans, but only based on their past life and also the time order. Anthropology. Now, if we see anthropology, it deals with the study of primitive man, the primitive communities and cultures. Psychology. In psychology, we all know psychology is all about the behaviors of individuals. Political science. Now, here they see the people as citizens, rulers, and the ones being ruled. Religion. It deals man as a spiritual being. Now, we all know we have enormous religions in and around the world, but it always deals with people, but only as a spiritual being. Sociology alone studies social relationships and society itself. So only sociology studies about the social relationships and society. So Morris Ginsburg is one of the experts, and he has given a definition of sociology in this idea. It's like, in the broadest sense, sociology is the study of human interactions and interrelations their conditions and consequences. All right, we will learn about the basic sociological terms. We all know, we have been hearing these terms in our life, and we will be often using such terms in the subject of sociology. Now, what are all these words imply, and what are all these terms say? It is like these are not only terms, they are also concepts. These are all concepts: society, community, association, institution, social organization, social system, folkways, modes, values, custom. These are all terms, these are all concepts, which we use it as terms in this field of study. So every sociology student has to know and understand all of these concepts. As an individual outside of this course, a normal person, a normal individual will consider these words as words, as terms. But a sociology person, but a sociology student will be seeing this as concepts. What is society? Society, sociology, society, and we know the word socio is repetitive here, and it is a Latin word. The sociology or society, they are all derived from the Latin word socius, which means companion or friend or an associate. So, but society is a word, is a fundamental word used in sociology, but it is also one of the vague forms of vague topics used in this sociology. Now, when it comes to understanding sociology, or when it comes to understanding this social science, it is not that much easier, because it is not a concrete study or a field of study. It is quite abstract, and this is how people react while learning sociology, or even after learning sociology. Yes, we can see, or we have come to hear such words: the cooperative society, the agricultural society, the friendly society, the theosophical society, and it goes on. And what do we mean, or what do they mean by these words: society, cooperative society? Here the word society indicates association. So the association of people for a cause could be considered as, or in such kind of phrases or words, society is meant by association. Sometimes we may say, I enjoy his society, I like the society of artists, I move into high society. So what do they mean? What do they mean here? It is like they indicate the company or fellowship. They indicate the fellowship or friendship. Yes, I enjoy his society. Then it means that I enjoy that particular person's, fellowship or friendship, or I like moving with the artists. They have a very nice ambience. They have a very nice environment. They have a very nice, bonding or fellowship amongst them. So this kind of mentioning the word society will indicate company or fellowship. Then we also have heard about these words: rural society and urban society. Yeah, I live in a rural society, or I come from a rural society. Now we all know, we have heard people saying these sentences. I live in an urban society. I come from an urban background. So it means the place, it could be meant as the place of an individual, or it could be the kind of community he comes from. Yes. Socius, as I have mentioned earlier, the word society has derived from the Latin word socius, which means companionship or friendship. And we all know about this man, Aristotle. He has been a well-known philosopher. And he has mentioned too that man is a social animal. Man is a social animal, which means we all know, that the Homo, as humans, we are all Homo sapiens, and could be considered as animals too, cultured animal or civilized animals. And even there used to be, if we see from a literarian's perspective, a writer named John Donne has come up with a write-up, or he has a writing named "No Man is an Island," where he tries to imply that every man has to get along with the society, or every individual has to move along with people. All right. Definition. Yes, we have several sociologists, many experts. They have done their enough research in this field. They have given their own definitions. GDM Cole has said society is the complex of organized association and institutions with a community. And Mac Ivor has said society is a web of social relationship. Yes, we will get into the characteristics of society. It's quite interesting. Society consists of people. Now we know pretty well society is composed of people, and without people there is no society. There can be no social relationships and no social life at all. Now if we walk out of our house, we know very well we may have to speak with any individual who approaches us, or if we have to survive in this society, we may have to talk to people, we may have to speak to people and be aware of who they are, and we will be having continuous interaction with each other. There will be mutual interaction and mutual awareness. So it actually refers to the reciprocal contact.